Sound of Freedom is getting an international release date.
Awesome.
Now they are rolling it out. This is a film that's already passed well over $100 million domestically. And now here you have Angel Studios saying, you asked, we answered. Sound of Freedom is on its way around the world. Find international showtimes. And there you see the list of several international countries it's going to be in. Let me load up a little bit. And then it says more countries will be added weekly. I love that this movie is continuing to get all of this traction. It's made whatever 120, 130 million dollars domestically already.
Just a couple million.
Yeah, just a couple million on a $14 million budget. And now it's getting an international release. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know. Could this thing go crazy and hit $300 million worldwide? Could it hit $400 or $500 million worldwide? I mean, I guess that's possible. It really just comes down to what type of traction is it going to get overseas. But I think this is super exciting, and it's just going to continue to expose the clowns that absolutely ignored this movie. The people in the movie sphere, their job is to cover movies, and there's been people, and I'm not gonna name names. John Campea, Grace Randolph, or a lot of other. Chris Stuckman. Shout out Chris Stuckman for completely avoiding this movie to my knowledge as well.
Shout out.
Haven't seen him cover it. And it says a lot about them as individuals. It says a lot about them as individuals. You don't have to sit there and support the message of the people involved with it. Hell, look at us. We cover Hollywood shit. Fuck these people in Hollywood and all of their opinions. But look at me, like James Gunn. Everybody knows I had a big problem with James Gunn, when he got fired and everything and what he did. But at the end of the day, James Gunn, I think, makes good movies. And most people in Hollywood are psychopathic freaks anyway. But if you make good entertainment, that's all I really care about. So do you think this movie has a chance to hit, I don't know, $300-400 million worldwide, Josiah?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it does internationally. I think that the thing is that trafficking is obviously an issue that's across the board. And I think that with that, I think there's going to be a lot of people that will be going to see this movie. And I can see this movie doing pretty good numbers in a lot of these countries. So yeah, I think there's definitely a possibility with the way that it's just continuing to just go crazy in the box office. It's absolutely really cool to see. So I think there's definitely a pretty high possibility that this movie could actually hit it, which is just insane to think about. But I can see it landing around 400.
Dude, if it does that, and it's crazy, but you make a good point about the trafficking issue. It's not like it's just a U.S. issue.
Yeah.
It's an international, it's a worldwide issue. You know what I mean? So, and what I meant by you don't have to back the people with their beliefs. I meant the real world politics. There's a lot of stuff like Jim Caviezel and people whatever. Obviously, Orange Man Bad promoted this movie, so that clearly means that anyone that lines up with that type of narrative can't touch it. They can't talk about it. Trump, endorsed it, and it kind of shows you what kind of mindless zombies they are.
The thing is that it's really cool because Jeremy Jahns did a review for Sound of Freedom.
Yep,
and that was one of his highest viewed reviews in this past year. Besides Oppenheimer for him is over 1 million views now. But besides that, it was Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom has 960,000 views, I think, and that's one of his highest reviewed videos that he's done in a long time. So you can just even see from that there's a lot of interest, a lot of demand for this movie. People are just totally engaged with what is happening with this movie. So it's really cool to see.
I'm looking at this list of countries that it's going to drop, and right there in the middle, you see a lot of Central American and South American countries. And if you've seen Sound of Freedom, you know that a lot of the trafficking funnels through Central America and South America. So I think this movie could really do well there. And I think that if it picks up steam and word of mouth, like how it did here in the States, you can see those movies blowing up there. Obviously, in the United Kingdom, I think it'll do well. South Africa as well. I think absolutely this thing has the legs and the momentum right now through word of mouth and just the messaging through it to potentially hit 300 million, 400 million. And man, wouldn't that be crazy to see? And really, not only is the movie good, is it a good thriller, but also has the good messaging. us, the fans, by giving and donating and going to see it multiple times and doing it, has given them the opportunity financially to go and put these movies in other countries. So everything on all cylinders is clicking for this film, and you love to see it.
Love seeing it, and hopefully this movie just continues to just rock and roll, because it's well deserved.